For the activity Balance Challenge, each student will need one racket and one beanbag and will be spread out individually in the personal space.
All right, guys, so we're going to start getting into the rackets now. We're going to start using the tennis racket, moving around in our space. When I say go, I want you to get a tennis racket out of one of the bins of equipment. But listen, when we get the racket, we got to keep it safe. So what I'm going to ask you to do is hug the racket. Let me show you real quick. When you get the racket out, I want you to hug the racket. It can be like this, it can be like this. It doesn't matter which way, but we're gonna hug it to keep it safe. After you get a racket, I want you to also get a wiggle ball. Get one racket, one wiggle ball, come back to me, and we're gonna ground it. Grounding it just means we're gonna put it on the ground, we're gonna put the wiggle ball on top and give me your knees back. Got it? Girls, go. Boys, go. Hug that racket, hug it, hug it, hug it. Look how you're doing it safely, I like that. Hug it safely, come right back over here into our space. Hug that racket, hug it, hug it, hug it. Let's get some personal space. Go ahead and ground it. Look at you hugging the racket, fantastic. Fantastic, awesome. Thank you for doing that so safely, fantastic. Okay, now we're gonna get into using the racket. When we hold a tennis racket, it's almost like you're going to shake somebody's hand. So when you pick up the racket, when I say go, it's like we're going in to shake their hand. Hey, nice to meet you. And this is how we'll hold the racket today. When we do this activity, we're gonna have our racket in our handshake grip, but we're gonna have our palm facing up. So when we start the activity, our palm is up and we're gonna keep the wiggle ball on the racket. We're gonna stay in our general space as we did earlier, but remember, we still gotta keep our personal space, like we have a hula hoop around us or we have our helicopter arms. While we're moving in our space, you wanna try to keep the wiggle ball on top of the racket without letting the ball drop off. If it does, that's okay. Pick it up and we'll keep going. Just do your best. I'm gonna call it different activities. I might ask you to go in a zigzag pathway. I might ask you to walk on your toes. I might ask you to skip. I might switch up the locomotor skills. So you just keep listening, keep your personal space, and keep the wiggle ball on top of the racket. Capiche? All right, show me that handshake grip. Let's keep our personal space, handshake grip, and then show me the palm up. Perfect, I like that. Deshaun, go ahead and put the ball on top. Here's what we're gonna do first. Let's just practice walking in our space. Walking in our space, palm facing up. If the ball drops, the wiggle ball drops, just put it back on. Fantastic. Can we get up on our tippy toes? Can you tippy toe without letting it drop? Wow, fantastic. Nice, keep that personal space, keeping it safe, super. All right, let's start skipping. Let's start skipping. We got all of our space, keeping that palm up. Skip, nice and easy. Can you skip in zigzag directions? Zigzag pathway. Let me see that zigzag pathway. Nice, keep that personal space. If the ball drops, that's okay, put it back. Let me see some zigzags, keeping it safe, keeping it safe. Fantastic, if the ball drops, that's okay, just pick it up. Very nice. Can we slide? Show me some slide. Slide. Nice, your palm is still up. Look at you, all right. Keeping personal space, keeping personal space. Fantastic. Make sure your palm is up, you got the wiggle ball on top. There we go, there we go. Can you change direction in the slide? Change direction. Keeping the, you can slow it down, that's okay. If the ball falls, put it back on. Anytime you get to a white line, change direction again. Another white line, change direction again. One hand, keep that handshake grip, change direction again. There we go, there we go. Let's do galloping. Woo, keep our personal space, keep it safe. Galloping, one foot is in the front. Fantastic. Keep your head up, keeping that personal space. You're doing it, you're doing it, you're doing it. And freeze. Let's ground the equipment. Hands on your knees. Kiss your brain. Awesome.